Do you know what stinks? Bear fat. Hello, beautiful people. Thanks for watching 418 the show, where we help you have revolutionary thinking and living. Glad you're here, and today we're going to be talking about a couple of different things, like things going on in the news, how things got invented, how to get through really, really hard times in your life, because that's always a big deal for everybody. We're going to be doing some Q&A with you guys and having just a ton of fun doing everything. Ready? Let's do this. Welcome to How Did That Happen? What's going to happen here is Dom is going to go ahead and read me a song title or an invention, and then he's going to tell me, I'm going to tell him how I think the song came about, or how I think this invention happened, or whatever it may be. And so we're just kind of taking some guesses here today. Today is a guessing day. Ready? Let's do it. So give me something.
Something's missing.
Wait, the song's called Something's Missing?
Yeah.
Oh man, I got this on lock. Guy walks into his house. He knows someone's been there, but he doesn't know what they've taken. So then he calls the police, and they're like, hey, somebody's come to my house. And they're like, sir, has anything missing? And he's like, I don't know, but something's missing. They're trying to figure out what's missing, and he's looking through everything, but he can't seem to figure out what it is. But something is missing. Come to find out, it's his dog. And so it's this whole song about how something's missing, but he can't figure out what it is. Finally figures out it's his dog. And the one who came in stole his dog, because his dog's like champion breeding dog and everything like that. So finally, he ends up getting it back after a whole lot of drama and putting it out on Craigslist. So, who wrote this song?
That would be Shepherd.
Shepherd?
Yeah, the people who wrote Geronimo.
Oh, doggone it. So their sheep was missing. Oh! So they're going in, they're looking for their sheep. One is missing. His name is something. They named the sheep something. He's gone. Something's missing and I don't know where he's gone. My dog is still here and so it's very wrong. So that's what it is. Sorry about that. Wrong lyrics. Okay. Alright, so next what Dom is going to do is he's going to tell me an invention or something that is a part of everyday, or maybe not everyday life, but just something normal. I'm going to try to guess and see how it was invented, and then we'll see how right I am. And here's what you get out of this. You get to know something that you didn't know before. Ready? Here we go. Let's see.
Ready for some knowledge? Ferrari. Knowledge. Alright. Silly putty.
Silly putty.
How was it made?
Okay, silly putty is the strangest thing. I don't even know what the chemical compound of silly putty is, except for silliness. How was silly putty invented? I'm gonna guess that silly putty, it was an accident. Silly putty has to be an accident. Nobody is trying to waste their time trying to invent something like silly putty. Maybe they were trying to come up with something like Play-Doh, because Play-Doh was an accident, so they didn't mean to make Play-Doh. Silly putty. Maybe silly putty was supposed to be some sort of like an eraser, maybe like a pencil eraser, like trying to make a new type of eraser. Like, we'll make this eraser, and it just didn't work out well.
Fun trivial fact: bread. They used to use bread as erasers.
Man, silly putty. Man, I got nothing on this one. I hope you guys have something, but I got nothing on why. I'm pretty sure it was an accident, but I can't think of what they'd be trying to invent that would make silly putty. What is it?
You were correct on the whole, it was an accident thing.
Okay.
They were trying to make synthetic rubber, so they tried using stuff that's like silly putty, and they eventually were like, hey, this isn't working out, so we're gonna use it as a toy.
Fascinating. Fascinating. So the next time you're playing with silly Play-Doh, this was trying to be invented for something to help with World War II, but now I get to play with it on my desk and make a mess everywhere. Hope you learned something. Do you know what stinks? Bear fat. Do you know what stinks? When life stinks. It's inevitable. It's going to happen at some point in your life. You're going to go through something that's going to be so hard, you're going to feel like you want to pull your hair out unless you're bald, and then you're going to want to grow hair. Everybody goes through hard times. The question is whether you'll get stuck in that hard time and let it define you, and let you become a victim to your problem, or whether you'll decide to go through that thing no matter what and become great because of it. I'm sure you know somebody who looks like they're just a victim of life, a victim of their problems, a victim of their circumstances. They just look like they're just broken down and they don't know what to do, and they're just hopeless, and they're sad and they're mopey all the time. And you're thinking, but they had a really hard life. I understand that. We all have times in our lives that are hard, and some people's lives are harder than others. At the same time, you have some people that have gone through really hard things, they've overcome those things, and if you didn't ask them, you would never even know their life was hard. It's because some people, like I said, they're defined by their problems, or they take that problem and go on to greatness. God wants you to be an overcomer. Maybe you don't believe in God. That's not really important right now. What's important is that you know that God loves you and He wants you to be an overcomer. What's an overcomer? Somebody who goes over a problem to become greater than what they were before. And right after this, I'm going to tell you how you can do that. Have you ever been dead tired trying to do your homework but have the annoying task of choosing between doing your work and drinking your coffee? Introducing the Pug. It's a pen and a mug.
Whoa!
The Pug is a multi-purpose liquid dispensing unit. You can drink coffee, milk, juice, soda, liquid, jelly, oil, grits, broccoli.
Wait, where are we going with this?
Do your math, science, English, home economics, history, art, band. The Pug is the answer to your life's hardest problems. Order your Pug now and we'll throw in a free man. It's a mat and a fan for your own modeling commercials. But wait, there's more. Order in the next 2.6 seconds and you'll get a free whiteboard. It's a snowboard with snow already there.
I don't know what I'd do without my Pug. Pug has just changed my life.
With the Pug, you can accomplish anything. Awkward, Jet? No, I'm just kidding. If you want to make sure that your pain and your problems don't define you and you don't become a victim to those things, then here's some things that you can do. One, you have to realize that pain has the potential to do something great in you. It's kind of like working out. It's something that a lot of people don't like to do, but if they do it, it'll actually benefit them. Why don't people like to work out? Because it's hard, because it hurts. But through lifting weights and going through the pain, you actually get stronger. Pain in life is the same way. If you can make it through this thing, then you will be stronger than you were before. Here's something you should know. When you have a relationship with Jesus, what's great about it is that there's three things He'll always give you. When you're in the middle of pain and in the middle of a big problem, He will always give you a promise, He will always give you a purpose, and He will always give you power when you come out of that thing. There's always a promise with God. See, the Bible says that God has a hope and a future for you, but you only get to that hope and that future if you get through all the way through the pain. The other promise is that God will be with you all the way through the pain. There's a verse in the Bible that says, everything works together for good for those who love God. That means that God can turn anything bad in your life and make it good. That's incredible. That's amazing. That's the beautiful thing about knowing Jesus. And if you don't know Him, you should, because He's incredible. He can turn any of your pain into something good. There's a purpose in your pain, and God will make it work out for your good when you know Him. And finally, after you come all the way through that thing, you get a new power, you get a new authority, you get a new ability to achieve things you never thought you could. You look back and go, wow, I did that. Wow, I went through that. Wow, I made it. I'm still alive. I'm here. I survived. Not only did I survive, I overcame that thing, and you become stronger than you were before. Here's what I need to tell you. Hold on to hope. Don't stop hoping. Don't stop believing. Don't stop praying. Don't stop just saying, I'm going to make it through. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give in to depression. God has something amazing for you. And if you hold on and realize that there's power, there's a promise, and there's purpose, you'll make it through and you'll be greater for it. It's the news, people. Right now, we're going to talk about something that's going on in the news. Dominic is going to tell me the headline. I am going to either guess what it's about or guess what's going on in this story or give my opinion on what could happen or why it's bad or why it's good. We're going to talk about the news, all right? But I want to know what your thoughts are in the comments sometimes, too. So go ahead. Sometimes. Not sometimes. All the time. Your opinion is important all the time.
Man crashes girlfriend's car into building 8 feet off the ground.
Angry boyfriend. Girlfriend says, hey, listen, this isn't working out. He says, it's not working out. It's not working out. He grabs the keys. He runs up to the car. He starts driving, and all of a sudden, Mustangs running across the street. He can't keep control. Hits a Mustang, but the Mustang won't take it. He hits back. Bam! Blasts the car up into the building, through the building, 8 feet up into the air. How am I doing?
You're doing very poorly.
Okay, so what actually happened?
So, man, drunk driving in Connecticut, worst parking job in history. He's going.
Understate.
He's going and he's drunk, drunk driver. So there's a little rock pile and there's an apartment house and he's going and he hits this rock pile and apparently it's like a huge, it's almost like a ramp, kind of like what you're talking about.
I was close.
And so he goes out the rock pile and he lands up 8 feet in the air into their house.
Into their house? That's unfortunate.
At least you just gotta open the door and roll right in bed.
Actually, it was the best parking job in history. People, this is what's making news these days.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, this is it. Well, hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you are now more informed about what's going on around the world. We'll see you right after this. So it is Q&A time where I get to answer questions that you guys send in, and I want to encourage you, if you have a question, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear them, we'd love to read them, and we'd love to answer them for you. And so Dominic's going to read a question, and I'm just going to see if I can give you an answer that will help you out. Go ahead, Dom.
First question, how can I have courage to obey God without fear of rejection?
How can I have courage to obey God without fear of rejection? That is a great question. And, I think one of the things that we have to deal with in our everyday life is something called fear of man. And basically that is this. That's where we put the opinions of people as more important than God's opinion of us. And I think there's really only a couple ways that we can do that. We have to, number one, we have to learn to love God more. Now, how do we do that? We do it by building relationship with Him and just doing things like talking to Him throughout the day and letting Him talk to us. And when we start to have this dialogue back and forth and see God come through for us, our relationship with Him will grow just like it does with a friend. But see, sometimes we'll do things for our friends even though it means getting rejected by other people because we care about our friends. But if you don't have a friendship with God, then it's going to be really hard for you to say, I don't really care about man's opinion until you care more about God's opinion. The other thing is we have to kind of get a good mindset about what people are. People are people. People are just people. They're always going to be people. People are going to come and people are going to go, but God will always be there. And so sometimes you have to tell yourself, they're just a person. I'm going to care more about what God thinks than what they think. And let me tell you something, rejection never feels good. Rejection is never going to stop hurting. But the only thing that you can do is you can actually go, you know what, I'm going to care more about God's opinion than theirs. So when you get rejected and it hurts, you go to God and say, God, what do you think of me? And then God's going to tell you, I'm pleased with you. I'm happy with you. I'm so proud of you. And when you take that and you value His opinion more than other people's, it'll change everything. What's next?
Does being a Christian mean I can't have fun?
Does being a Christian mean you can't have fun? Of course not. Being a Christian means you should have more fun. You should have more fun than anybody else. And you know what? You can have more fun without being high. You can have more fun without being drunk. You can have more fun without doing all these things that are going to cause bodily harm and damage and doing stupid things. You can have a fun time. The Bible actually says that God laughs over us. He rejoices over us. God is a fun God. Common misconception that God is boring and He's solemn and He's waiting for you just to get down on your knees and pray and be all blah, blah, blah like that. That is not the case. God is a happy God. He's excited about your life. He's excited about what you're going to do. And so you can have a ton of fun when you're a Christian. I have a lot of fun. My life is fun. I am fun. I define fun. Just kidding. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll be glad to answer them for you. Thanks for being on the show with us. I hope it helped you. If you want to learn more about God's love, click on the link right here and it will take you to a video that will tell you more about knowing God, being in a relationship with Him, because He loves you and He wants to be in a relationship with you and He will change your life for the better forever. He'll give you love and joy and peace and all kinds of stuff you never had before. If you like these videos, please tell a friend, subscribe to this, go tell somebody else to subscribe, and we will have a great time. We hope this helped you and we hope that you have a great week where you learn to think revolutionarily. You get sweaty, you get stinky, you get jock itch, like nobody. Hey, thanks for hanging.
And then we draw eyebrows. And then just draw all over the place.